got a bidet! Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're looking at some throwback items. Sarah and I went to a comic book store a little bit ago, and we picked up some cool, fun throwback stuff from Star Wars Episode 1 that are still in the packaging. So I wanted to show you what we picked up, and also just kind of talk about it, and we'll have some footage from back when these things were released, so you can kind of see how some of them actually work in real time. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to start off probably with the smallest thing we got and work our way up to the biggest one that we got. So the first one that we got is this guy. So you can tell it's back from when episode 1 came out, simply because of the packaging. Darth Maul was the big icon that was on the packaging of the toys. This one is the electronic Gungan sub-escape game. As you can see, we got buttons and whatnot there for the actual game, and there's got the screen on there for you. But the cool thing about this is that it's a keychain. So you could attach this to your keys, take it anywhere you want to. Like if you're on the bus or riding in the car with somebody, you had a game to play right on your keys, or put on your backpack or something. Some of the things that it says here is there are 5 stages of Jedi adventure. Pilot a Gungan sub through the perils of an undersea world, and highly detailed Gungan sub replica. So they're referencing the shell, so to speak, with that last one. On the back here, I'll let you guys see the front. On the back, for the gameplay, it says maneuver the sub past the underwater city air bubbles, and avoid the attacks from the OP sea killers. I don't know if OP, it's not spelled as if it was overpowered, but interesting spelling there. And then the little write-up here also says climb in the cockpit of a Gungan Bungo, which is a sub, and set off on a journey to the city of Theed on the planet Naboo. Pilot through the dangerous waters that lie beyond the underwater city of Otogunga. Your piloting skills will be put to the test as you try to avoid giant rocks and escape from treacherous sea creatures. The amphibious Gungans are squid-like bungos as common underwater transports. The strange submersible vehicles are propelled by rotating tentacles, powered by an electromotive field motor. Their organically grown hulls are durable, but are no match for the fangs of Naboo's gigantic sea monsters. And we can see on the back here some more footage of what that gameplay would actually look like. So it kind of sounds like you're maneuvering the ship through the underwaters. Kind of reminds me of like Donkey Kong when he did the underwater stuff, and you're trying to get through the levels. But yeah, so this one's a keychain that you can go ahead, you can put on, like I said, on your backpack, your actual keychain, what have you, and take a little game with you. So that is the Gungan Sub Escape game. Next one we got for you, that is, again, just kind of something that's practical, but it has a fun Star Wars game twist in it, is the Star Wars Episode 1 Lightsaber Duel pen game. So this is a working pen that has a video game built into it. It says it's Sith vs. Jedi in this arcade-style fighting game. High-resolution dot matrix graphics, and I'll give you a close-up of what they mean by that in a minute. 3 game modes, including SFX mode, and mini lightsaber is also a working pen. It is a digitized Star Wars SFX. So if we look closely, you can kind of see what the graphics would be on this game. So it is a 2-on-1 game. I would imagine you're the good guys trying to take out Darth Maul. Let's see what the back says. It says, become part of the epic confrontation between Sith and Jedi. It's time to throw off your cloak and enter this duel to the death. Fight in the defense of Naboo as either Qui-Gon Jinn or Obi-Wan Kenobi, so I guess you pick one or the other. Or choose to follow the dark side and wield Darth Maul's double-bladed lightsaber. You can be the bad guy. High-resolution dot matrix graphics, authentic Star Wars SFX, and arcade-style controls create one of the most dynamic fighting experiences ever, all in a working pen. No weapon is more distinctive or respected than the lightsaber. The age-old energy blade is virtually synonymous with the Order of Jedi Knights. Many lightsabers from this era lack flashback water seals and can be shorted out if submerged while the blade is ignited. Not quite sure why we really needed all that extra stuff, but I think you get the idea. So it kind of looks like it's, I'm not saying it's Street Fighter or anything, but it looks like a fighting game where you pick one of the three and then duke it out, so to speak. So that is the Star Wars Episode 1 Lightsaber Duel pen game. Now we're turning it up a little bit, and we are able to look at the Star Wars Episode 1 Battle Tank Attack game. So it says here, for this game you are to command the destructive power of a Trade Federation battle tank. So you are playing as the bad guys. Battle Naboo and Gungan soldiers through 5 action-packed stages, digitized Star Wars SFX, and detailed replica of a Trade Federation battle tank. That's probably one of the coolest things about these toys and, well, games, is that you have these replica toys like built into the technology and whatnot. So it's really neat how they're able to do that. Gives it a little more lifelike feel. You can see up close there kind of what the game would look like. On the back it says, the invasion of Naboo has begun and you're in control of a Trade Federation battle tank. Clear the way for the assault on the Theed Palace and break the counterstrike by the Gungan army. Blow away Naboo starfighters as they scramble to launch. Geon speeders and Gungan cavalry will harass your every move, but they are no match for the devastating power of a Trade Federation battle tank. Also known as an Armored Attack Tank, or AAT, the battle tank brings heavy-duty firepower to the Trade Federation's mechanized army. Each tank carries a crew of 4 battle droids and is armed with both laser cannons and energy shell launchers. So I'll go ahead and show you the back here because you get some more shots of what's going on. There's the item itself, and then we're going to throw up here the original like little commercial thing. But to wrap it up, like I said, that is the Star Wars Episode 1 Battle Tank Attack game, and here's the footage for you.
And now the invasion of Naboo begins with you in the Battle Tank Attack game. You can fight the whole Gungan army in a wicked battle for control of the galaxy. Okay,
our last piece here is the Star Wars Pod Racer game. There's different ones, but this one is massive. I had one as a kid that was different from this, and it was it had sand. Like, it was actually a gritty toy. I want to say it was by Tiger Electronics. This one's by Milton Bradley. But this is the electronic handheld pod racer game. Again, we got some footage, so we'll throw that up here for you.
The future of the universe depends on how you play the game. The electronic pod racer game. Compete against the toughest racers on Tatooine. With its virtual motion sensors, you don't just steer it, you fly it. Move left, it banks left. Steady in a tight squeeze like Beggar's Canyon. Hit a wall and you'll feel it. Lose the race and you're a captive. Win and freedom is yours.
It says, fly Anakin's twin jet Screamer and race to freedom. It has flashing energy beam, sound effects, fly Anakin's twin jet screen. Oh, I already said that. Vibration feedback, motion sensing flight controls. Wow. Alright, so we'll give you a little close up there, kind of what the screen would look like, and the buttons. It says authentic styling on the back here, flashing energy beam, vibration feedback from bumps and crashes, movie sound effects, which is cool. Tilt, swerve, rev forward, pull back, steer your pod racer through the action. It reacts to your moves. So it sounds like when you're playing with this, you're actually twisting and turning to try to maneuver your pod racer, which is pretty cool. This is climb into the cockpit of Anakin Skywalker's custom twin jet pod racer. This is one extreme machine, a souped up flying chariot that's ultra powerful, nimble, and fast. Race against the clock and learn the course, then roar into action as you relive the movie's intense pod racer challenge. Can you outmaneuver the other racers without getting bumped into oblivion? Can you master the treacherous Tatooine course without crashing? Take the controls, Anakin. Can you fly up the ranks to champion racer? Can you fly out of slavery to freedom? I'll go ahead and show you the back here. There is what I was reading that explains all the different mechanics. This is a cool shot because you can actually see what's going on with the screen when you're playing. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, this is the biggest and bulkiest toy I think that we got of the bunch, but definitely probably the most innovative. So that is Star Wars Episode 1 Electronic Handheld Pod Racer Game. Alright everybody, that about wraps up for us today. Again, we looked at some throwback Star Wars electronic games. Some of these, they're really cool because they're kind of practical items that are turned into games, like a keychain that's a video game, a pen that is a video game, and then we also had the tank and the pod racer. You know, these kind of things kind of get, they sometimes lose how cool they are to some people because of all the different crazy things we have today that can pass time, kind of like, you know, apps on your phone or a Nintendo Switch that can go on the go and stuff. But this is how, you know, people played games that were a little more cost effective. I think one of them, let's see, the lightsaber one. We can see that the lightsaber one was $20 at the time, and that was, you know, in like 97 or 98. If you adjust for inflation, that's pretty expensive nowadays. So, you know, that was a cheaper way to have some fun without having to spend an arm and a leg for a video game. But if you enjoyed this type of video, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. That way you see more of these cool Star Wars products in the future. Drop us a like if you liked the video, and drop us a comment letting us know if you've played with these electronic games before, or if you've played with others. Like I said, I've played the other pod racing game before. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore because, you know, I did stupid things as a kid. But these toys are very cool. There's a lightsaber one that looked really neat, and also like a Naboo shooter that looked cool. So there's a lot of them out there. And then as always, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.